Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel, and as you can tell we are back with yet another Evercade cartridge review. So which cartridge are we on to now? We are on to cartridge number 12, which is the Oliver Twins cartridge. This includes quite a lot of older games, with Dizzy being the main character in it. So without further ado, let's have a look at what games are on here. Okay, so let's have a look at what games are on this Oliver Twins collection. So first up we have 1993's Treasure Island Dizzy, which is an 8-bit adventure game. We then have 2015's Wonderland Dizzy, which is an 8-bit adventure game. 1993's BMX Simulator, which is an 8-bit simulator. Dizzy the Adventurer, which is a 1993 8-bit adventure game. Dreamworld Porgy, a 2017 8-bit platformer. Fantastic Adventures of Dizzy, in 1991 8-bit adventure game. Firehawk, a 1991 8-bit combat game. Go Dizzy Go, 1992 8-bit puzzler. Mystery World Dizzy, 2018 8-bit adventure game. Panic Dizzy, which is a 2019 8-bit puzzler. Super Robin Hood, which is a 1993 8-bit adventure game. Treasure Island Dizzy, again 1993 8-bit adventure game. Wonderland Dizzy, 2015 8-bit adventure game. And we are back to BMX Simulator. Not entirely sure why Wonderland Dizzy was on first, but yeah, let's crack on and get some gameplay through. Okay, so let's look at the first game on the Oliver Twins cartridge, and that's Dreamworld Porgy. Now, it's a platformer. I know that much. I don't know what I'm doing with it, but we'll see. Whatever that is coming towards me, jump up on that. So does that make me invincible? Yeah. Platformer that I'm not very good at. I do, again, I say this with a lot of these older games, but I really do like the colour, the brightness of it. It's rare that you get that now in a game. So it's not, I can't jump over there. Or if I can, I don't know how the hell I do it. Oh, so you can just walk through the green ones. There's me thinking typical platform that you would have to actually do something with it, and you can actually walk through it. Excellent. Okay, so can I jump down? Yes, you can. Collect that, whatever that does. Well done. I beat it. So you get the stars, and then you build to it. So if you get the 200 stars, or however many stars are on the level, you would get an extra life. I see. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, it's a good platformer, really. For for the game that it is, I must admit I quite enjoying this. Not very good at it, but then again, I wasn't very good at something like Mario the first time I played it. What does that clown box do? Gives me a load of these. That gives me more points. Let's kill the oh. There we go, that's how you do that. Get down there. I've no idea how I get the other one. Oh, we'll have. Surely you just drop down. So yeah, again, I'm not going to go through millions of levels on this, but so far it's a really decent platform. I'm sure I saw somebody like Nerdy Geezer or somebody along those lines reviewing this as well. Somebody who, I'm sure it was somebody on the unofficial fan group. But yeah, I'm liking this. It's going to be a decent platformer to play, I reckon. Ah, when you don't die, that is. So yeah, it's semi decent. I'd give a better opinion, but I love the bright colouring. I'm dead again. I love the bright colouring. I like the character. The character's pretty cool. But yeah, so let's move on to the next. Okay, so next up we have Firehawk, which is a helicopter game. I have no idea what you do, so we'll find out. Let's see if it's as good as I remember. I think was it Choplifter. There was another similar sort of idea game. I think for Mega Drive. I want to say it was Choplifter, but I'm possibly. Oh, I've used it. I used all my missiles and didn't actually mean to use missiles. Destroy these tanks. I'm assuming I don't shoot the fishing vessels. Blow the bridge up. Don't know if that's the thing that I'm supposed to do. I think note to self when reviewing these things, actually read the instructions before you just jump straight in. Again, I'm liking this. This is a decent shooter, really, for what it is. Controls take a little bit of getting used to, but once you're used to them, perfectly fine. Just don't waste all your missiles like I did right at the start. Let's collect that. I assume that's life. What's that? I imagine I've got to pick that geezer up in a minute. I'll do that in a second. Just destroy these last bits. Get whatever that is. Okay. So I've got to pick him up all the while. You've got to shoot these helicopters so that you can get in. Ah! So I've managed to rescue him. And then get back to my boat. Yeah, it's an alright game. Mission 1 completed. I want to play more of that. I like the graphics. The graphics are good. I like the whole controls after you get used to them. But yeah, it's a decent enough game. I would highly recommend playing. So let's move on to the next. Okay, so the last game we're going to review, I didn't want to review a specific Dizzy game, so I thought I would put this Dizzy puzzle game on. I know the Dizzy games can be I know they could be quite long. I have some experience of them from Mega Drive, I want to say. I know back in the day my uncle had a Commodore 64, so it could have been from that. But yeah, I think the idea of this puzzle game is you've got to collect these fruits in the order that they flash. You can collect them in any order, but the order that they flash. And once you've collected them, whilst avoiding that squid, you collect them in that order, avoid the squid, and then you move on to the next game. I'm really liking all how colourful all of these games are. A lot of modern games um, now tend to be very sort of dark and grey, grim. I really like the colour and the innocence that these games bring. So this is a bonus round. Again, you just collect all the fruits, um, and yeah, it's a good little puzzler. Again, I've not found a real bad puzzler or puzzle game on the cartridges. So collect the fruits. Oh, those green things move. Okay. There's bonuses as well. I don't know what these bonuses do. Put your enemies to sleep for a time. Okay. Bomb kills all the enemies. I imagine they will reappear at some point. It's not going to let me just do a level without them. There we go, they're coming back. What does that do? You can now walk off the sides. Okay. Like that. Got 50 points. You've picked up a bonus point. Yep. So that's 50 points. Try to avoid these fish. Yeah, it's another one of those sort of games that will become slowly addictive. The controls, again, take a little getting used to because they're a bit clunky, but all in all, it's still a semi-decent little puzzler. I just going to get to the end of this level and then we'll go back to the games room and wrap up. But yeah, it's a good game. I like the colourful nature of it, and yeah. So let's go back to the games room and I'll give my final verdicts. Okay, we're back in the games room. Bit of a stretch. So what do I think of the Oliver Twins cartridge? I really like it. I didn't show any of the Dizzy games on there because obviously they can be quite long. Once you work out what you've got to do, they are pretty cool. Super Robin Hood was quite an interesting game as well. I liked the platformer Dreamworld Porgy. Once they eventually worked out that you could walk through the green walls. The one thing that I do like about some of these older ones is the colourful nature of the games. They are so bright and so colourful. It's fantastic. All in all, I highly rate this cartridge as well. As I've done with most of them, to be fair. Yeah. So, what do I consider the best game on here, and what did I consider the worst? Now, although I say worst, as I've said time and time again, that doesn't mean it's a bad game. The game that I didn't get on with the most was the Professional BMX Simulator. It was just a bit meh, really. I wasn't best impressed with it. I'd imagine back in the day it would have been very good. In terms of what did I find the best game on here, well, probably Dreamworld Porgy, if I'm honest, or Poggy, depending on how you want to say it. It would have either been a cross between that or one of probably the Fantastic Adventure of Dizzy. But yeah, I like the colourful nature of the games. I like the content. The Dizzy games are great. They're fun. I don't know why I have the memory of playing one of them. I'm assuming I had it on the Mega Drive or the SNES at some point, but my memory's not what it used to be in terms of that. But all in all, nice little cartridge, good set of games. 11 games on this. You will get your money's worth for the amount of gameplay that you'll get on it. And yeah, great games. I'm gonna keep repeating myself here, so I'm gonna stop. Highly recommended. Go out and buy it if you've not got it. And with that, all that is left for me to do is thank you for watching. I've been the Ignored Nerd, and I'll catch you on the next one.